Good. All right, you already know what it is. Your boy Shorty Rock, man. We are live and direct. We at Funk Fest, man. And I told you before, we're going to have all exclusive content. We're always going to bring you some exciting individuals and those that got some great conversations, as well as, you know, the power people in Atlanta, all right? And we definitely got one of those in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got a dynamic duo. Matter of fact, why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves to the people who don't know who you are.
So I am Gigi Maguire, aka Miss Show Me the Money. Y'all may know me from Lip Service with Angela Yee, but now we got a little spin on that. Ivy is my co-host of the spin-off of Lip Service.
Yes.
She's Ivy Maguire. She's actually my niece.
From the
and
family
it's given
Maguire.
a family thing.
Exactly.
And together we have a new show called Lip Service Souf.
Yep.
So Lip Service Souf is basically lip service, sexy cousin from down south who loves to travel. You know, everybody got a cousin from down south.
And we love to be outside.
Yeah.
We outside all the time. Love to travel.
And we have a dynamic of
We are aunt and niece, and she's basically more than my aunt. She's like a mentor. She's like a sister, like everything. You know what I mean?
yeah. So stay tuned and be prepared for what's to come from us with Lip Service Souf.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's actually a major thing. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the whole lip service situation, right? Like, first of all, how'd you even get started with lip service, and how'd you meet Angela Yee in the first place?
So I met Angela 15 years ago. I was dating a record executive in the music industry who was very close friends with her, and he introduced us, and we just hit it off, and we were just instant friends. And even through the ups and downs of me and his relationship, because we broke up and got back together all the time, me and her never allowed that to affect what we had. We always kept our friendship separate. And when she decided to bring Lip Service back as a podcast, I was the first person that she asked to be a co-host. And I'm actually the longest running co-host of Lip Service. We celebrate 10 years in September.
That is a beautiful thing. Now, I'm not gonna front. Like, I feel like you was lit way before lip service started.
I was, especially here in Atlanta. A lot of people know me from being the queen of Magic City, if you will. I am responsible for a lot of the pole tricks and the stage dynamics that you see on stage at Magic City, and honestly, any strip club in the world, for real. I was a part of that pole dance culture that was created in the early 2000s, and I've been getting my flowers for it, P-Valley and some other things. So yeah.
Okay, because I'm not gonna front. Like, when I first saw you in here, I was like, oh my gosh, she a legend. She got a legend in the building. You know what I'm saying? So how does it feel to be a part of this situation? Because I'm not gonna lie, like, this is gonna be big.
Honestly,
you know what I'm saying? So how you feel about that?
It's amazing, and I feel like I kind of manifested this. You know what I mean? I did. It's like I always knew I wanted to be like her as a kid. It's like, you know, you have that one rich, fun auntie. She's that one for me, and it's
Right.
like I think I manifested this whole lifestyle. And when I decided to start dancing, I actually hid it from her.
Oh, where do you dance? I'm sorry.
I'm a dancer currently at Cheetah in the ATL. I've been here for like 4.5 years now. Atlanta definitely has leveled me up.
And welcome you with open arms.
Definitely.
She's on her way to becoming a certified peach. Not yet, but she almost there.
We almost there.
Okay, that's interesting though. But why did you hide it from? Like, she's like a goat out
Honestly,
here.
I was like, I don't even know if I can do this. I was a little bit embarrassed, but when I finally told her, she was like, why you ain't been telling me? Like, come on, let's do it the right way.
She was dancing before I knew she was dancing, and she was dancing in some clubs up in Miami and somewhere else. And I'm like, girl, if you're gonna do it, do it right. Come on to Atlanta. And this was right after COVID, and you know Atlanta was busting it wide open.
Hey, listen.
And the money was flowing crazy.
And
so
it
I'm
was
like,
never in my plans. I was never thinking about Atlanta.
exactly. And I'm like, listen, if you're gonna do it, come to Atlanta. Let me walk you through it. Let me tie you into my connects here. And she even lived with me for a while.
I did, yeah.
She bought some boobs, got her dream car.
Within my first year, it went boobs, car, crib. Immediately.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Dang.
So you can currently find her at Club Cheetah, ask for Banks.
Yes, as for Banks.
Okay, so what do you feel like she was missing the whole time?
As far as
Like, just like she was trying to do it on her own, because you know a lot of people try to do things on their own.
so in this game of strip and the entertainment industry, there is no manual. There is no lessons. There is no there are rules, but there is no guidelines or no guidebook rather. It's a very hit or miss. It's a very, if this ain't for you, you can't figure it out, you're gonna move on to the next type of environment. So it's very hard when you don't know what you're doing to try to figure it out, kind of like learn as you go along. So I have the skills, I have the knowledge, I have the jewels that I was able to drop on her to kind of give her the cheat sheet, you know, and it's almost like I gave her the tricks of the trade that I learned the hard way, and now she don't have to learn it the hard way.
I feel like, especially within that first year, I would listen. I was Ubering to and from Fairburn to Cheetah every day, every night. There are doubles every day, and I would come home like pretty much every day, like with a question or with a scenario, like this is what happened. How should I handle this next time? This person said this to me. How do I go about that? And she would always be with it, like, well, next time do this, next time do that.
And also one thing that I was able to do with her is not have her make the same mistakes I made when it came to the money.
Yeah.
One thing I did was I spent a lot of my money, especially in the beginning. I spent a lot of my money. I spent all of my money.
Still made that mistake.
You should save. You should save.
Yeah.
You should enjoy your money, because this is new money. Most of us never seen that kind of money before, right? So when you get new money, what you want to do? You want to spend it. But it's very, very important to save. There was a time early on in my dance career back in Philly where I went through something and I got smacked in the face. I actually ended up doing 90 days on Rikers Island. And
Rikers?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I spent 90 days on Rikers Island when I was 22 years old. My daughter was 6, and I didn't have any money. So when I got out of jail after 3 months, if it wasn't for my boyfriend at the time, my family that held me down, and my best friend at the time, I would not have had anything. And I learned a valuable lesson from that. Save. So that's one thing that I told her. She would come home and put her money in the shoebox.
Yes.
And
that's how I got everything in that first year.
Yes.
I was not playing.
So saving is something that it's one of many, but that's the first thing that came to mind, is one of those mistakes that I made in myself that I made sure that she wasn't going to make.
Okay, so I got a question for you though.
Anything, I'm gonna open.
Okay, don't say that, because I'm gonna go in.
My book is cracked.
No.
I promise you I have an answer for anything you ask me.
Okay, so it's two things, right? So one, I really feel like you could almost like write a manual. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't understand why you didn't do that. That's the first question. And then my second question is, you've been in the game for a very long time. You've been around a lot of people. How is it that you have maintained the strength not to expose people?
That's a great question.
I love both of those questions.
Great questions.
The first question is, of course, the game is to be sold, not told.
Stay tuned.
Ebook on the way. We already working on that.
It's already, it's in the pot.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
That's already simmering.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That thing gonna boil over in a minute. Mm-hmm. And it's all about time. And I have a lot of things happening that we're timing my situations with.
Yeah.
So the book is definitely coming. As far as not exposing anybody, and I actually have a book that's on the way, and the book is my life story, but it's being told from a mental health standpoint. My writer is actually a psychiatrist, so we're telling my story from that way, because all of the things I've been to, like Rikers Island, you didn't know that about me, right? I've been through so much pain and hardship and obstacles that I've been able to overcome, that when you hear my story and you don't see this version of me, you would think in your mind that I look another way, or I am another way. Not really by looks, but am another way. That pressure made me into this diamond that I am. So going back to your question, I would never do a tell-all. I would never tell anybody's business, because in the words of my favorite rapper, it's a secret society. All we ask is trust. I know a lot of secrets.
I know you do.
I would also like to add that in this industry, it shows you how important relationships are. And at the end of the day, it would do you no benefit.
No.
It might give you a quick little monetary gain, but you would ruin a lot of good things going for you.
It pretty much would be the end, right?
It could be.
Well, one thing about me, I pride myself on my loyalty.
Yeah.
That's one thing that if you ask somebody that knows me, tell me one thing about Gigi, they're probably going to mention that I'm very loyal. I'm honest, genuine, and loyal. And I pride myself on that. And I would never sell my soul to the devil for a couple of dollars. And I would never, I'm really big on betrayal, because it's happened to me. The wounds in my back cleared up very well. But I would never want to put those wounds in somebody else's back, especially someone who, if I know enough about you on an intimacy level, there was a time, if not still, that we respect each other in that way. So I would never want to break that respect ever. So I would never do that ever. Yeah.
Hey, I love that. I'm sure they love it too. They're very thankful for that.
Right? They are.
Right, okay.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
They're like, I love you, G.
Right. So just speaking to young women that are trying to get into this game, right? What are like 3 things that you feel like they absolutely need to avoid?
Are we talking about the strip game or the entertainment game, or the podcasting game?
I would love to give both, actually.
Things that you should avoid. You should avoid worrying about what people think about you.
Ooh, good, great. Yep.
You should never worry about how the next person feels about you, because what they eat, again, in the words of my favorite rapper, what you eat don't make me shit. that goes a very long way. Yeah. Also, avoid negativity at all costs. Like bing bing, like Wonder Woman, bing bing. Like just don't feed into the negativity at all, because at the end of the day, you know, you're gonna manifest that into you. Like when you don't like something, don't give it no attention, because all you're gonna do is ask for what you don't like. Yep. As long as you don't pay it no mind, you're not putting it in your mind, you're not putting it out of your mind. So yeah, and what would you like to add?
I would add, piggybacking on the negativity, negative self-talk. You are the SHIT and nothing else.
With that too. When
I'm
I do
that
it to
friend.
myself.
As soon as they're like, "Oh, I'm so stupid for that," I'm like, "No, you're not. Right. You're not stupid for anything. Right. You're in the right place at the right time. Whatever you're doing in this current moment is what you're supposed to be doing. Even if you just trip and bust your head in a crowd of a million people, that was supposed to happen, because now you have tougher skin because you don't see a million people laugh at you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Never negative self-talk ever.
Okay, now I don't want to be negative. But like, what is something that you kind of worry about in the back of your head as you?
I don't like that word. I don't worry about nothing.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't worry about anything.
Worry is the fear of the unknown.
Exactly. And I'm not scared of the unknown.
Exactly.
I lean into it.
Period.
What's out there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We want all the smoke.
I know that's right. Okay, now this is going back to just lip service, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're going from lip service to now, I feel like, because lip service to me is like a podcast where you sit and you listen. You know, I mean, as a fan, I'm sitting, I'm listening, and I'm digesting the stuff, right? But I see you moving and grooving as like real deal media now, right? So how have you adjusted to doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the reason I say that is because when you walk into a media room, like low key, you are the celebrity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different.
Yes. So for me, I'm a Gemini. I'm very adaptable. I respect the space that I'm in on both sides. So yes, just like Angela, she's a radio host, she's a podcast host, but she also is a celebrity in her own right. So she does do interviews and she gets interviewed. One thing that helped me be able to kind of get out of the studio and into a media space is doing the media house for BET Week in the House of BET. Yeah, I did that 2 years in a row with Lip Service. So that, it was like mini podcasts, it was like mini Lip Service interviews, but that gave me that rapid fire. It gave me just, you know, the different dynamic, because it's the same, but it's not, right? So since then, I've done, for Lip Service Souf, I've done the Essence Fest this year. I was here last week for the A-Town Fest, and now this is her first time actually being here with me, because we're just starting. So these are her first interviews and her first day in this media space. We haven't even done an in-studio episode, not yet. We haven't even done that yet. Straight to the field with it. Yeah. So it is a transition, but at the same time, it's like, when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Okay. That's a fact. That's a fact. Okay, so tell everybody how they can reach you, book you, or whatever, but also, where can they find that new Lip Service at?
So Lip Service Souf is Souf with an F. Souf with an F. We are on YouTube and Patreon. And, you know, like I said, we're Lip Service Sexy Cousin who love to travel. We from down south and we love to travel. So we're going to be popping up and doing on-site interviews wherever we can, with whoever we can. We talking to favorite faces. We're talking to experts that you don't know but might need to know. And we just really doing it from the muscle. And I'm a very genuine, organic person, and I don't like to force anything. Definitely. So the fact that it's just growing, because it was actually Angela's idea. Angela gave me this idea almost a year ago. And I don't force anything. I don't make anything happen. The timing was right. Shout out to my marketing agent, Stefan. He was the one who really put the battery in my back to make it happen, because he threw me into Essence Fest and I didn't have a choice but to do it, right? He just threw Essence Fest in my lap and I was like, fuck it, let's go. So now that snowballed into this, and, you know, I'm happy to be able to get my work done and, you know, be on the other side of it as well and have interviews with you and other outlets.
That's a beautiful thing. Yeah. So what is your connection with Ray Daniels?
I've known Ray Daniels just from being in the city of Atlanta for a long time. We actually met at Magic City about 15 years ago.
So he was in there throwing them dollars.
I interviewed him when I was here for last week's event, and he told me that when he came to, we met in Magic City that night, that was his first night there. I had no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, so we met his first time at Magic City, and we've just, again, I was with a music exec. and I'm friends with Angela, and I've been doing lip service for 10 years. So I'm out here in these media streets. I'm out here at tour, backstage, and I just would always run into him. And I moved back. I did leave Atlanta for a while. I moved back in 2019, and I'm back like I never left, and that includes all of my connections and everybody that I genuinely just know and love in this industry.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. Yeah, he is, man. Like he just has a wealth of knowledge. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, tell everybody how they can reach you, book you, find you.
You can find me at Third EYEVY on all platforms. You can find our podcast at Lip Service Souf, SOUF, on Instagram, Patreon, YouTube. And yeah, if you want to book me, DM me. I take the DMs. Yeah.
Okay. And also
my booking Gmail is book Gigi Maguire at Gmail. I'm sorry, booking email, book Gigi Maguire at Gmail. Serious inquiries only, because we ain't got time to play with this cash
at all.
And we ain't got time. I'm going personal dates. I do have an OnlyFans, Miss Show Me the Money, so you can find me there as well. But just because I'm giving a little sexy on the internet don't mean that I'm giving a little sexy in the streets. Okay, so stop with can I book you for the one-on-ones, because we're not doing that. Serious inquiries only. Lip service, we outside. If you want Lip Service Souf to pull up at your event, it's Lip Service Souf at Gmail as well. Mm-hmm. And again, we want all the smoke. What's
Catch us in the streets, okay?
We want all the smoke. Like, what's good?
I stay with that mic on me.
I know that's right. Listen, I'm excited to even hear about it, to be honest with you. And I welcome you into the media space, because I really feel like we need more people that have a solid face card, because you can get more things done and more things out of people.
Mm-hmm. So one difference between Lip Service, the podcast, and Lip Service Souf is that we are going to be involving ourselves more in the media space with events like this. And again, we're going to be popping up on everybody everywhere. And Lip Service, we mainly do that in studio. We have done live shows. We did a tour with Live Nation in 2019. We'll continue to do live shows. But again, this is the spinoff, the sexy cousin from down south, and stay tuned for what's to come up next.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know that's right. Listen, this is Shorty Rock, man. Shorty ROC NYC on all platforms. And I told you, once again, it's going to be another exclusive dope interview with amazing people. So ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's an honor. You know what I'm saying? And I wish y'all the best of luck. I know I'm going to see y'all around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. And we out, baby.
We run the city, value one. This one is called Flexing by King Shorty Rock. You already know I'm coming. Yeah.
Trying to get this money, gotta make it stack right. Just in case my baby mama don't act right. My side chick blowing up my phone. It was good while it lasted to leave me alone. Now I'm in the zone with a thick cougar chick, I calling me alone, cause she need alone. I ain't Drake, but the girls love my songs. No break, one take, now a song.